we're in Bray. And no, this isn't going to be your usual Bray to Greystones video, because behind the seafront there's an actual town. So today we're going to move from being a regular visitor to Bray and actually see what this place is like and if it's somewhere we might want to live. So where we live, it's one of those, I wouldn't quite say soulless, but let's go with the word soulless for now, places where it's a bunch of new builds and apartments and you can't really get a feeling of life. But here in Bray, at this train station, as soon as you step off and you see those beautiful murals, you kind of get a sense that, no, there's a culture here, there's a story here, that when you visit, or if you're looking to live here, that you're not just being a page, that you're actually joining an entire story that's already been written and you're just writing your own page in this story.
Bray is actually the 9th biggest urban area in all of Ireland. It's just south of Dublin, just a tiny bit across the county border into County Wicklow. And it's about 30,000 people, a bit more in population, which makes it just a small bit bigger than Navan, another commuter town. And it is indeed a commuter town. We just arrived by Dart, so you leave Crystal Works, there's also the commuter trains, there's buses, and there's also roads if you drive. It takes about 40 minutes to drive into town. Also takes about 40 minutes on the Dart from Bray to Tower Street in town. So Bray also has a lot to offer culturally. Right now we're in front of the Mermaid Centre, which has a lot of seagulls, as you can hear in the background. But apart from the seagulls, inside the actual building there's a cinema, there's a theatre stage performance area, there's a gallery. So there's a lot of local arts of all kinds going on here. The interesting thing about the town centre is as well, when we researched Bray, we found a lot of complaints from locals that it's not as well developed as it could be, there isn't that much retail options, but to be honest, I don't know, people have high standards here. We walked through, we're like, that's a lot of shops, that's a lot of variety, so many little nice cafes, bakeries, all kinds of things, various type of shops. There is a shopping mall they've been trying to build since I think it was 90s, literally since the 90s. It's been a long time, but the construction site is finally there, so there'll be a lot more shopping opportunities as well coming up. And another fun fact about the town centre is that they have, according to some list in the US, the 5th best McDonald's or something, because it's actually located in the town hall. The town hall is still there, it's just at the bottom there's McDonald's. So if you want to feel fancy while eating McDonald's, this is the place.
As you can see, we're on a hill. You know that our resident Austrian had to be involved whenever I end up on a hill. Not that I don't like hills, but this specific hill that we're on right now is Bray Head. It's around 240 meters tall and it overlooks the town of Bray. Gorgeous. Man, we've been so lucky with these videos to be part of the great Irish summer of 2021. So from this hill, there are actually tons of people that come up here and, you know, just take it in. Yeah, we love when there's a town right there and then just, 30 minutes away or something like that by foot, you can get spectacular views, somewhere nice and relaxing. This place is truly just like, almost like you live where you vacation. Like, we came earlier and we spent a couple minutes there by the seaside, just breathing in the fresh air, hearing the waves lap against the water. And as you look around, there's activity. There's people having ice creams, there's people on the beach, there's people relaxing. Just escape from home. Well, we're in a pandemic, so escape from home, but it's kind of like escape from the busyness. Yeah, even the streets. We went through the city centre, sure, people are busy. It's a Saturday. Not too much people there, but the fact that just over there you have busy streets and yet over here you have calm and tranquility just makes this place an excellent place to just do your shopping and then come out here for the evening and enjoy some views.
As you can see from my red face, it's a very hot day today, probably the hottest day so far that we've had, almost like 25 degrees or something, supposed to feel like 26. I'm roasting, I'm not used to this anymore, and I'm sweating a lot. I'm looking forward to all those ice cream places down there. But first, let me explain, why are there so many ice cream places? Well, Bray used to be a Victorian resort town. Think Brighton in the UK, if you've ever been, where you have this long beach promenade. You can go and swim, go for a walk. You have lots of food places there, your chippers, lots of ice cream places. There's an arcade. It's all built for the beachside amusement, sitting by the beach, enjoying your drinks. You have an entire front line of like Victorian looking posh houses. They might look a bit run down, some of them nowadays, but you can imagine how expensive they were back when they were built. And unfortunately, as traveling and going on holiday just outside the town that you already live in became less popular, Bray maybe also became a bit less popular as a tourist destination and is now more like a day trip destination for a lot of Dubliners, including us, to be fair. Bray still has a lot to offer, a bit like a vacation destination. So you still have your seafront, you can go swimming if you're not afraid of the cold water. I've tried it. It's still very cold. It might be 26 degrees out here, but the water is still quite cold. And you can go for walks on a promenade. You can come climbing up here. There's a walk to Greystones that unfortunately is out of order at the moment because they've had some mudslides and they haven't been able to repair the path. And there's also lots of other outdoor activities. You have your golfing, your fishing. We've seen people stand on boards and do things with them. I'm sure there's a name for that sport as well. So all of this has a very vacation-y feel to it, which of course reminded me of our resident Bajan here talking about Barbados when I asked him what it's like to live there, and he's like, yeah, sorry, my eyes just tear up so much. Yeah, these are from Pennies. If you know where to buy proper shades in Dublin, that's maybe not Dundrum Shopping Centre, something smaller that doesn't feel like the shopping mall is the size of the village I'm from, let me know in the comments. But anyway, when I asked the Rum what it's like to live in Barbados, to grow up there, he explained that it's like you live where other people vacation, you do the things that other people do in vacation, and that's just what you do in your spare time. And if you have the spare time while living in Bray and probably the money, I do think that's definitely a lifestyle that you can have here with lots of outdoor activities. You have your artsy activities, and you have the beach right there where at least the swimming or just walking is free.
We're just coming back down from Bray Head. I've decided, as we're sitting on this park bench and actually overlooking this view here of Bray, so I'd talk a little bit of what we've seen there, especially the real estate side. Much like Donabate, there ain't much to rent out here at all. I guess that's the unfortunate sign of a good family place. Once it's been discovered, there's hardly anywhere for rent. What we did see for rent, it's mostly one bedrooms, right?
One bedroom, some two bedrooms. There were even some studios, but they're around 1k, almost comparable prices to parts of Dublin.
Yeah, and as for the houses, well, at the time of writing the script, we saw about almost 100 properties, so there's definitely a lot more in quantity here. Most of those, about 20% of them, were about under 300k, about 60% was about under 500k. As you can see, the price is different once you get outside of Dublin, because we're in County Wicklow now. Stuff is a wee bit more cheap, but not a great amount.
But what you also have to consider is a lot of the helicopters are out today. Good weather brings them out. I don't know, helicopters like sunshine. What you also have to consider, a lot of the houses are relatively old. When I looked at the housing stock, like in comparison to the national average, there's been farmer houses built here from the 60s to the 80s, and then as the second bracket from the 80s to like the 2000s, and then there's been built a lot less in like the last 20 years in comparison to the national average. We did see some sites where they're building apartments, like construction sites where they're finishing up. There's another one they only just started building next to the train station, so there is definitely construction going on for apartments as well. But knowing Dublin, those probably won't be like, the cheaper to rent apartments.
In the end, Bray seems like a community where you can escape from the hustle and bustle, but still be very close to Dublin. With a nearby walk, hill views, and a lovely ocean, day-to-day life could be more relaxing than you imagined. Be sure to like, subscribe, even share the video with anyone wondering where to live in Ireland. Do you have any suggestions where you would like us to go next? Be sure to check our backlog of videos about moving and living in Ireland and our course on how to live, work and thrive in Ireland. Until next time, bis später.